This week we had the billion dollar, or the $1.5 billion Powerball going on across the country. And I want to talk about the odds quickly here. A lot of the people in the media were pretty pessimistic or negative and kept repeating the odds over and over again. 1 in 292 million to 1. But they really didn't say that's if you only chose to buy one set of numbers. I think the smarter people throughout the whole thing were the people who bought multiple sets of numbers to play each time that it was up there. I believe one night it was like 700 million, then it lagged a couple of days, then it was up to 1.5 billion. So I'm going to go through here and show you, if you bought multiple sets of numbers, how the power of place value dramatically changes your odds. So we're going to start off with Powerball first, and then we'll go to the one where I kind of highly recommend that you put your money and your effort into, and we'll do that one last. So Powerball, as it's just written out here, if you buy one set of numbers, it's, of course, we all know, 1 in 292 million. Now below, let me touch it here. If you buy 10 sets of numbers, which costs $20, because each one's 2, it changes now dramatically to 1 in 29,200,000, because you're just cutting off a decimal or taking away a 0 from this. If you bought 100 sets of numbers, or you threw in $200, obviously, then it's 1 in 2.9 million. If you bought 1,000 different sets of numbers, then it's 1 in 292,000. So you have all those different sets to play from. We're going to move on to Mega Millions. 1 in 258 million. Obviously, horrible odds if you're only buying one ticket. Very dumb choice to make. If you bought 10 sets, as it's written, 1 in 25.8 million. 100 sets of numbers for one night, 1 in 2.5 million. 1,000 sets in one night, 1 in 258,000. Now the one where I would say that you should focus your time, effort, and energy into is the Fantasy 5. Since I live in California, I'm doing the odds for California's Fantasy 5 game. Odds are 1 in 576,000, as it's written. If you buy 10 sets for one night's play, it now goes down to 1 in 56,600. If you 100 sets for one night, 1 in 5,760. And then, of course, 1,000 sets, 1 in 576. So you and a couple of friends could, 5 people each throw in $200 for, 1,000 different sets with $1,000 for one night. And you could come away with a nice profit, split it between yourselves. That's highly what I recommend you do if you're trying to put your effort and time into a draw game to win. Is look at your state's Fantasy 5 game. I believe all the states that have lotteries have a Fantasy 5 game. And, check the odds and kind of play it by this. And instead of playing like, one set for each time the game is played, I highly recommend you just play one time a year and throw in like $500. Do not play every week and buy one set of numbers. That is just stupid. Then you will have the ridiculously horrible odds that the pessimistic media kept talking about over and over again, which was for Powerball, 1 in 292 million if you're talking about a Powerball game, or Mega Millions here, 1 in 258 million. I'm kind of in this whole thing to win money, not just, wish time and kind of dream about things. Kind of strategize. I know it's just luck and chance, but kind of strategize when you're doing this. Think about what your budget is for either your week or your year for gambling, and just play once and then play off of that. You're going to get some money back. For California's Fantasy 5, if you get, you're more incredibly likely to get 4 out of 5 numbers, and you'll get some of the money back, so you wouldn't necessarily be losing completely $1,000. You'll get several 3 out of 5 out of that, and then you'll get money back, as well as free plays. If you get 2 out of 5, you get free plays. Once you get 3 out of 5, you start getting cash back. So just a few thoughts on draw games and lottery and all that, gambling. So I hope this helps. If you have any tips about lottery play, throw them down below, and good luck out there.